Shri Srinathre Shri Priyaye Namo Namato Shri Srinathre to improve, the moment of golden opportunity, and to catch the good that is in our reach is the great art of life. A very good afternoon to every one of you gathered here. I am delighted in inviting you all to the valedictory program of the two-day international conference on multidisciplinary research and innovation in academia and industry. We will begin the program today with an invocation. I request you all to kindly rise.
शक्तिसहितगणपतिं शङ्करादिसेवितं विरत्नसकलमुनिवरसुरराजविनुतगुरुमहं शक्तिसहितगणपतिं शङ्करादिसेवितं विरत्नसकलमुनिवरसुरराजविनुतगुरुमहं भक्तानुपोषकं भवसुतं विनायकं भक्तानुपोषकं भवसुतं विनायकं भक्तिमुक्तिप्रदमोषितकं रक्तप्रदम्बुज पवयामि भक्तिमुक्तिप्रदमोषितकं रक्तप्रदम्बुज पवयामि शक्तिसहितगणपतिं शङ्करादिसेवितम्
May the blessings of the Almighty stay with us in all our endeavors. American poet Edwin Curran says, "Flowers are the music of the ground from earth's lips, spoken without sound." I quote unquote. What better way is there for us to greet our guests than with flowers? May I request our students to offer a floral welcome to our guests. Thank you, students. I now call upon Dr. J. Mangarekar Singh, Head, Department of English, to formally welcome the gathering.
It's a formal welcome address. We just welcome all of you with a dance and scintillating music with a flower. And now we have our hero amongst us for a valedictory. It's none other than Ramanan sir. We usually have fan clubs for actors, but in Tamil Nadu, we have our hero in meteorological department. That's our Ramanan sir. I welcome you, Dr. S.R. Ramanan. Sir worked as the director of the Cyclone Warning Center in Chennai. He is popularly known as Rain Man Ramanan. Dr. Ramanan is a postgraduate in physics from Annamalai University, and he was awarded PhD from Madras University in the field of agriculture climatology. He joined the Meteorological Department of India in 1980 and worked as a forecaster in the Northern Hemisphere Analysis Center in New Delhi. He was actively involved in the installation of automatic managed switching system in 2015 and was promoted as director in the year 2002. He received for the Sake of Honor Award from Rotary International in 2006. He had represented India and Japan for the presentation of inventory for greenhouse in 1998. In the year 2013, he again represented India at Bangkok for synergized standard operating procedure for posted hazards. Dr. Ramanan retired from the regional center in March 2016 and he continues to serve on the advisory committee of the Center for Climate Change and Adoption Research, Anna University, Chennai. With the grand applause from our students and faculty members, I welcome our guest of today, Dr. Ramanan, to this valedictory function. Next, we have a mommy here from Japan. Usually we have mommy in Tamil Nadu, but from Japan we have Miss Mami Terako, our research advisor at the Culture and Information Section, Consulate General of Japan. She assumed position in February 2023 and is now the head of the Culture and Information Section. Ms. Teraka is a catalyst to the development of Indo-Japanese cultural exchange programs. She promotes the Japanese culture through various culture-related events in India and spreads awareness among Indian students on the opportunities to connect and network with Japanese firms and provide internship opportunities in Japan. So we have internship opportunities in Japan. It's open for us. With the grand applause from our students and faculty, I welcome Ms. Mami Teraka, our Japanese ambassador. We have Ranganathan as our God, and with the invocation, we just received Professor Ranganathan, our ambassador from Myanmar, to this valedictory function. Professor Ranganathan is the Honorary Consul of Myanmar, Chennai. He graduated from Morala College, Chennai, and obtained post-graduation MPhil and PhD from the University of Madras. His specialization is on the role of United Nations in promoting peace and understanding. We welcome you for this valedictory function, sir. We have a leader here who has made several leaders within these 2 days. Not only faculty members, even our students had the opportunity of taking up that leadership role. We have in our midst Dr. D.B. Usha Rani, our former principal and convener of this conference. With us, I welcome you on behalf of all our team. We have Dr. Usha Priya with us, convener of the conference. Within these 2 days, she helped us in several other ways. Within a minute, she made everything possible for all of us to communicate with each other, to celebrate this event in a grand manner. We welcome you, ma'am. We have our co-convener, Dr. Kausalya Kumari, with us, from the Department of History and co-convener of this conference. We have head of the Department of Geography with us. We never knew we have a Department of Geography here, but this conference made it prominent to this college that we have a department, and we are really proud of it. Thank you, Dr. Shivashankari, for being with us in our team. Our faculty members, they were with us day in and day out. It's not a joke at all. In each department, we had our faculty members and coordinators, and we just united here as a team with the help of Dr. Hema Bindu, one of our team members, and she has connected all of us through this conference. I welcome you, ma'am. Our faculty coordinators and each department. It's a multidisciplinary conference. It's not a joke. Each speakers made a mention of that. With the support of all our faculty members, we made it possible. So I welcome all our faculty members, coordinators, and everybody to this. Without a pillar, it's very, very difficult for us to manage this show. and I welcome the pillars and main audience of this conference, our students. I welcome you all to this valedictory function. Hope you had a wonderful time, enjoyed everything. It's not only classroom teaching that gives us knowledge. Conferences like this really help us to integrate a meaningful integration into our mind. With that, I welcome you all on behalf of the management, college committee, and the committee of this conference to this valedictory function. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for those warm words of welcome. It was such an energizing welcome address and also a very comprehensive introduction to all the guest speakers today. The two-day conference has enriched our minds and has fueled our intellectual growth towards identifying a synergetic relationship between academia and industry. I now invite Dr. Hema Bindu, Head, Department of Business Economics, to present a report on the proceedings of the conference. A very good afternoon to the dignitaries on the dais and to my dear students. The second edition of the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research and Innovation in Academia and Research is definitely a breakthrough effort of the Departments of Economics, English, History and TTM, BCom Bank Management, Business Economics and Geography. The core objectives of the conference was to foster knowledge and innovative research practices and to cultivate the intellectual growth of the young minds. The inaugural session started with welcome address, Dr. D.B. Usharani ma'am, presidential address by Chairman Thirumi V. M. Muralidharan. Sir highlighted on the importance of ability, ambition, association, and their blended impact on an individual's achievement, which will in turn pave way for the growth of the institution. Mr. Alexander highlighted the keynote speaker of the inaugural session, appreciated and expressed respect for the Indian culture and wanted to keep in contact with the institution. The chief guest, Dr. A.K. Vishwanathan, DGP and CMD, Tamil Nadu State Police Housing, highlighted and emphasized on innovations in that is innovative solutions to find solutions for problems, innovative ways of finding solutions to the problems, which will improve the ability of an individual as well as enhance the personal joy of an individual. The technical sessions of day one, we had 12 speakers, which each speaker had emphasized on different aspects of research and innovation. So the 12 technical sessions which happened on day one, each speaker highlighted, I'm going to just highlight the important points. That is, each speaker, few speakers, like they highlighted on the key aspects of enhancing capacity building, then a technical section on global development challenges, highlighted on problems of population growth, food gap, urbanization, and environmental stress. Then a technical session with respect to academia, that is research in academia and industry, wherein the multidisciplinary approach towards the research was explained. Then the importance of consumer-centric, that is Internet of Things and digital transformation was highlighted. Then sessions on practical applications of AI tools such as ChatGPT was emphasized. Then human security challenges with respect to public health, income inequality, poverty, corruption and crime was highlighted. Then further, the language skills with respect to, that is the insightful exploration of the language, media, technology, and the communication skills using the digitalized world. These were the core deliberations of day one. So when it comes to day two, it was again as a overwhelming session. So 15 sessions happened simultaneously, and each session was unique in its own way. So starting from the forenoon sessions, we had sessions on merchant banking sector, sessions on importance of understanding data analytics with respect to learning various AI tools and data analytic tools. Then sessions with respect to highlighting that is with respect there is multidisciplinary research in an organization by concentrating how the ideas can be transformed into products and how patents can be achieved for these products. There was a section on which was very interesting, and then sessions with respect to technological applications of technology in language as well as learning and teaching methodologies sessions, and sessions on the importance of space sector, how it is prominent for the economy, and several other sessions which highlighted on econometric modeling for panel data analysis, then basic understanding of research with respect to applications in environmental economics, wherein the cost benefit analysis of ethanol production and how it can help in reducing emissions. Then there was section which also highlighted on the that is the core principles that a firm has to adopt in order to enhance risk management and accountability. So the whole lot of sessions were very much interactive. The speakers, students had enormous knowledge which was shared. So there was, I should say, it was like a knowledge explosion which has happened both the days, and I hope all of you gained enormously from each of the sessions. I hope that you enjoyed all the sessions. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for the succinct report. May I now invite Dr. S.R. Ramanan to deliver the keynote address.
I have also got one paper. Generally, I would like to go extempore, but today I thought it would be prudent to have a paper. So, respected dignitaries on the days and off the days, faculty members, resource persons, and last but not the least, students, a very good evening to you all. And the program really started well. That village Paraisai along with Devil and Maladaswaram was really fantastic. And Bharatanatyam was enchanting. See, this country is having beautiful dancing traditions across the different states of India. You take Kerala, you have Kathakali, then Yakshagana in Karnataka, then Kuchipudi in Andhra Pradesh, Odissi in Orissa, then Kathak in North India, Manipuri dance from Manipur. Like that, the list goes long. Assam Bihu dance is there, and Bhangra dance from Punjab. Like that, the list is huge. But Bharatanatyam has its own stamp. Really fantastic. But how the name Bharatanatyam came, I don't know. Because Bharata Muni gave the procedures and rules how it to take place. So because of that also it might is possible, or Bhavam, Ragam, Talam is there in that. So that is also Bharatam. So it may be due to both or one. So wonderful it was, and we could see the Kali herself coming on the stage. Excellent, really. Though an extempore delivery is an easier option, I thought it would be prudent to address it through a prepared text. This could avoid a bit of rambling which may occur during an extempore delivery. The second international conference on multidisciplinary research and innovation in academia and industry would have given the students the necessary impetus and guidance for choosing their careers. A cursory glance at the list of the resource persons indicates the eminent representing the academia, research, industry, innovation, entrepreneurship, and policy making have delivered talks to the benefit of students. I congratulate the Etiraj College for conducting this excellent program in collaboration with Valliyamai Tamadachi and Audacious Dreams Foundation. As far as the college is concerned, departments of geography, economics, English, history, tourism, travel management, BCom, bank management, business economics have participated to focus on emerging research trends with practical applications spanning social sciences, humanities, and business studies. The moment the name of Tata or Birla is mentioned, people will say they are industrialists. It is not so. In fact, the best science institution in this country is Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, which was started by Tata. Similarly, you have Tata Social Study Science Institute, then TAFR, that is Tata Institute of this Frontier Technology, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research is there, and you have a radio telescope in Uttaramandalam, all started by Tata. And similarly, Birla means he has started the Institute of Technology in a tribal area like Ranchi and in an arid area like Pilani. So we salute them for the same. So this institution was started by a great barrister V.L. Itiraj in 1948 with a primary objective to empower the young women through holistic education. So, and I still remember my earlier times when I gave lectures here. Once I came to the physics department and gave a lecture on physics and meteorology, and in geography department on matters related to weather and climate. Still they are ingrained in my memory. And once again I will give, once the opportunity is given, certainly I give much more talks. Maybe on climate change, the challenges you will face, or tourism, whatever it may be. So it's a wonderful thing. The department, here I would like to tell about my department a little bit. So the meteorological department grew to a great level by using state-of-art technologies in different fields like satellites, radars, communication, and computer. When the erstwhile Soviet Union and America wanted to put something in space, there was a race, and Russia ultimately, Soviet Union ultimately put Sputnik. But it didn't deter America. Further, what they did was they used communication satellites. Then meteorology thought it is a wonderful thing. In a vast ocean where you don't have any islands, where you don't have any observatory, this acts as an observatory from the sky. You will know some cyclonic storm is there. It is developing and all. So that is why it could grow. Similarly, during Second World War, radar was used to locate the enemy aircraft, and the missile will be fired to finish it off. Department thought they can use that also. So the infrared rays from the radar will fall on clouds, and you will know whether the cloud mass is approaching you or going away from you, what the quantum of water in it, and winds in it, like that. Lot of things you can infer. So that also helped in the development of the meteorological sciences. Similarly, when communication was a need, because we have to plot the data of the entire world from North Pole to South Pole on a big chart and then analyze and try to find a low pressure or high pressure, and then whether it will develop into a cyclone, all you have to do. So you need a communication. In those days, the communication was only a wireless telegraphy. Later, meteorological department has the biggest telecommunication network in the entire world, spanning across the globe. But with the advent of computers, internet and all, now we are using internet to exchange the data across the globe. Then when computers came into force, nobody thought whether the department will use it, but they used it. The equations of physics were used through the computers to analyze the present state of the atmosphere, and then what will happen in next 24 hours, 48 hours and all. So it started using it. So there is a lesson for us. In whichever place you are going to work, if you can find some technology in another department being used in your own place, certainly your career graph will grow. Only thing is you should think what you should do. Everybody knows about Apple phone, Steve Jobs and all. He was a college dropout. But he had an acumen to manage things. Whatever he wanted, he will bring the engineers, ask the engineers, I want this, he will do it. And whatever you are going to learn in your curriculum, you will use it in future. Nothing will go waste. Don't think that I have studied arts, I have to work in another field, nothing of that sort. He was a college dropout in calligraphy. Because he was a college dropout in calligraphy, that is why you are able to type in different fonts. Times Roman, Calibri, like that, any font you are able to type. Because of his knowledge in calligraphy, you could bring it inside the computer. Similarly, he went to one shop, he saw the use of mouse. Some Xerox or photocopying shop. Now we are able to use a mouse in our computer. So wherever, whichever field you are seeing some development, if you can bring to your field, well, your career graph will grow. Absolutely wonderful it will be. So, if few students develop ideas for startups, it will be wonderful. If a center is started on this campus for the same, it will inspire more people in future times. So certainly the management can think of starting an embryo center in this campus for startup. And whoever students are having good ideas, they can go to the center and develop it into a startup. It will be useful for everybody. That way we can think of. Some may prefer to become business analyst and financial analyst. Some of you can pursue MBA, but try to pursue it in a good college by writing common admission test, CAT, like that. Some of you can learn foreign languages like Japanese, Spanish, and French to pursue career as a translator. In fact, you have an abundant opportunity to do business in Latin America. It's an unexplored area, so you can learn Spanish. If you learn French, Francophone countries are more in Africa, so you can interact with them and develop the business. So you can think at that angle also. So there is a very good option for literature students as well as tourism students. Content writing is a good option. Recent events in Maldives would show how much they are earning through tourism and travel management. Many people from other far-flung states of India itself will visit only Meenakshi temple in Madurai. Very few people know about Pradeesa temple or Gangaikonda Chodappuram. In fact, 100 metric tons single stone is being kept atop. How they have taken the stone? How? This is a point to ponder. So you can show it to the other parts and across the world. They will really enjoy those things, certainly. So we have to tie with tourist operators from other states to show them a great temple of Tanjavur and Gangaikonda Chodappuram. Students of geography can learn GIS techniques. Civil service has become a great attraction for students nowadays. So for civil service, what you should do is, you should analyze which subject people have passed out in large numbers. Probably that subject only you have to take. Because the paper setters might have said that paper is easy, or they may have a liberal correction. We don't know. So even recently, if you take the officials who retired from police force as well as the civil services, both are from agriculture. They are agriculture, but you can't study agriculture and write IAS, I don't know. So still, if you study the entire thing, decide the subject, well, you will be successful, I am sure about it. So I take this opportunity to wish the students the best of luck and a bright future. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement. I'm sure our students would have gained more interest towards meteorological sciences, which has facilitated a lot in the development of science and technology in our country. Thank you, sir. May I now invite Ms. Mami Tarauka, Head Consul Section, Consulate General of Japan, to deliver the valedictory address.
Panakam. This is like an amazing audience that creates the best event here. And I'm so happy to see you all. And this is a women's power. Thank you very much. And it is indeed a great pleasure for me to participate in this valedictory ceremony of this two-day international conference on multidisciplinary research and innovation in academia and industries. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all of you, including students, not only like faculty, chairman, principals, and everybody involved for this dedications, your dedication and determination and collaborations to successfully conduct this international conference with many keynote speakers from different professional and field. It was a great opportunity. I don't know how many students participated yesterday, but I actually came here and listened to presidential keynotes and inaugural addresses yesterday as well. As for my current job in culture and information, I always asked to speak, but I also wanted to listen. I really like to learn how to listen and also as well as the speaking. And every time I listen to the amazing, inspirational speaks, I always try to take notes. No matter how much you are inspired, because everything comes at every time, every moment. And then tomorrow you have another subject to study and you have other priorities to do. And you usually tend to forget. So to remember the things that inspired you, I always like to take notes. On this great occasion, I was thinking what I can talk about and how I can add the new value to all the audience, the other speakers, because you have already learned a lot of intakes from technical parts. And so today, I decided to talk about three things. So one is about my life and my ikigai. Ikigai is about the Japanese concept of sense of purpose and the reason for living. And second is about my work at the Consulate General of Japan in Chennai. And third, in Japan and India. So let me just have some minutes to talk about myself and my life. When I first came to India, it was about when I was a student, when I was a university student. There was this study tour programs organized by the university professors and for us, for students, to visit primary and junior high schools and orphanage and had the various cultural activities in India, and especially Mumbai, and it was in Pune. During this trip, I met many children and students, but there was one girl whom we got really well along and with me, and she kept calling me One-chan. And One-chan, which means in Japanese, a dear sister, my dear sister. At that time, no WhatsApp and no Facebook, and barely had internet in Pune. And this study tour was only for 1 week. And I went back to Japan and to reality of hectic study life. So it was after like few years, it was really my surprise that after that like 5 years or 6 years later, that one day I got a notification from my SNS saying that, my dearest sister, do you remember me? There was a girl I met in India like more than 7 years ago that connected like through internet. She's now pursuing for PhD in science, and we are aiming to see each other this year. That tells me you never know who you're going to meet in your life. You will meet somebody and somebody will leave you. You might meet someone at very long time again. And you might work together and build a company together at any time, anywhere, and that is possible now. Since then, India has been really close to me. And a few years back, when I was working for a global IT company in tourism, I got an opportunity with one organization to be a leader to bring Japanese school kids to India, and students spent time with Indian host families. And second, 2 years back, I went to Rishikesh in India and to receive 200 TTC. And TTC is the teacher training course for yoga. None of these would have happened if I were not embracing my curiosity and intuition, and without the support of families and friends and teachers and community. One day at our cultural event, an Indian family approached me asking, "What's your ikigai? What's your living purpose?" It is difficult, really, to answer with one word, but I think that trusting your curiosity and intuition and feeling that you can be yourself every day may be the hint for the fruitful life. I am glad to be here because our two countries, India and Japan, are fostering relationship through various cultural activities, people-to-people exchange, economic ties, language, and tourism. It is interesting to see, more you know about the southern Indian culture, you realize that both our countries have cultural similarities. For example, you will celebrate the harvest season as Pongal on January 15th, and likewise we celebrate as Koshogatsu, praying for the bountiful harvest of rice. And on March 3rd, Hina Matsuri Do Festival, Girls' Festival, is celebrated in Japan as an annual event, and to pray for the happiness, health, and growth of young girls. I understand that in India, you also celebrate annually the Navaratri festival, Golu festival, displaying dolls for 9 days in your home, and especially inviting the girls for their well-being. It is our great pleasure in this country and the culturally rich regions to have various cultural activities, and such as ikebana flower arrangement and martial arts, calligraphy, tea ceremony, and we also provide scholarship programs for study abroad in Japan, and as it mentioned, the internship programs and organized career fair as well. And I am happy to invite you all to this year's cultural events, such as Japanese Night and Chennai Japan Film Festival, traveling exhibitions, and Japanese essay and speech contest, where you can learn more about Japan and cultures. And I also have to mention, from business perspective, that one survey was conducted for 1,000 expatriates of Japanese companies expanding into the Asia-Pacific regions to choose the most promising investment destination in Asia in 2024. And India was ranked #1 for the first time since the survey results were first announced in 2016. Yeah, it's really a promising place, and congratulations to you all. And their expectations for the market size and future expansions of consumptions and power brought about by the world's largest population. And as you're all aware, that our two prime ministers have said that we should promote the wider and deeper regional economic integrations and enhance regional connectivity. And talking about the connectivity, India was the first country to which Japan provided yen loans, and it is now Japan's largest ODA donor, Official Development Assistance Program. And we especially focus now on connecting regions and improving connectivity in India. Based on this, Japan has supported India's further economic growth by supporting infrastructure development such as roads and railways, and as some may know, that even Chennai Metro as well. So in March 2023, Prime Minister Kishida
Fumio visited India to participate in the Japan-India Summit. During the summit, the two leaders concurred on the promotions of the Japanese language educations in India and expressed their hope that such initiative will contribute to the development of people-to-people and business exchanges between the two nations. I don't know if any of you have learned Japanese, but Tamil and the Japanese language have a great similarities. Though I could not study Tamil language until today, Professor Susumu Ono, a Japanese eminent linguist who presented how close the Japanese ancient language and ancient Tamil were, and Professor Noboru Karashiwa, a renowned Japanese historian who did extensive research studies on histories of South India. And I am happy to say that these two prominent scholars played a very important role and for the peoples of Japan and Tamil Nadu to understand each other, cultures and language, and history more closely. Lastly, India and Japan celebrated 2023 as the year of tourism 2023, with the theme of connecting Himalayas with Mount Fuji. In Japan, we have Shrine Daikokuten, Mahakal, and Benzaiten, and Goddess Saraswati, and Lord Ganesha, where you can find the connections with India. And you can see the Mahatma Gandhi statue in Hiroshima, unveiled by Prime Minister Modi during his visit to the G7 summit. Again, it was a really great honor for me, and I'd like to thank all the principals and all the faculty members inviting me to this two-day international conference and organizing it successfully. I convey my sincere wishes to all the speakers participating in this conference and sharing their perspective to the young intellectual minds and paving the way for meaningful partnership and unveiling potential synergies that can drive multidisciplinary advancements in academia and industries. And personally, I hope, especially the students here in the audience, that nowadays we have so many priorities and there's so many careers and there's options to choose from. Whenever you don't know which path to go through, choose the challenging one. And do not regret the things that you haven't done. And if you think like you can do and you want to do, please pursue. And it's like representing my own life that I was pursuing for the global company in tourism, but then later on, I changed to the place where I am now today. Thank you very much for listening, and it was a really great pleasure for me to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for providing those interesting insights into the cultural relationship between India and Japan. And I think the biggest takeaway from her talk was the sense of ikigai, sense of purpose that all must have in our life, and also about how we need to listen. We need to listen to inspiring ideas. Thank you so much, ma'am. I think you have instantly captured the interest of our audience. May I now invite Professor J. Ranganathan, Honorary Consul of Myanmar, Chennai, to deliver valedictory address.
Dr. J. Pangyar, my good friend. Dr. S.R. Ramanan, retired, Director of Cyclone Warning Center. Ms. Mami Tanowaka, Researcher Advisor, Consulate General of Japan. Dr. J. Kausalya Kumari, Associate Professor and Head. Vice Principal, Heads, Deans, Dr. Bakri is here, and esteemed faculty members, my dear student friends, good evening. This institution is very important to us because the external affairs Dr. Venkatachalam, Indian Foreign Service, who is the present the Consul General of Birmingham. Both Dr. Venkatachalam and myself, we came to HRH College to address on India at 75. The same hall, the same place which was organized by the principal, the GDN principal, who is no more, who organized the fantastic talk India at 75. And later we came here to address about G20. Along with the Venkatachalam, we addressed on G20. So I thank Mr. Murali, Muralidharan, my good friend, the chairman of this HRH College of Arts and Science, for giving us wonderful opportunity to address on India at 75 and G20. And I thank everyone for giving us a wonderful support to conduct both extraordinary events in this prestigious institution. Before I proceed something to talk about research, I have to say a few things about Myanmar. This year, 2023, marked the 75th diplomatic relations between India and Myanmar. Right? It took 75 years, and we celebrated at New Delhi. We celebrated at Cancun, right? To celebrate the 75 years of India-Myanmar diplomatic relations. Burma was part of India. It was a part of India, and India got independence in 1947, and Myanmar got independence in 1948. This is the first one. The second one is, today we have a direct flight from Chennai to Myanmar. 2 months back, I inaugurated Myanmar Airways International from Chennai Airport. Today, we have a direct flight from Chennai to Myanmar. This is the second thing. The third thing is today we have a trilateral highway, which I was talking to Dr. Ramanan. So we have a trilateral highway connecting India, Myanmar, and Thailand. The road is set, and we are going to inaugurate the road by this year. Once that is done, people-to-people contact, cultural contacts will happen in an extraordinary way. So this is very important. And Burma, presently we call it as a Myanmar. You all must be knowing we have more than 15 lakh Indians in Burma. We have 15 lakh Indians in Burma, and out of 15 lakhs, I would say roughly 9 lakh Tamils are living in present Myanmar. 9 lakh people are living in Myanmar. You know that, so that is something that one should know about. The Burma, we call it as a Myanmar, which is a very interesting, which is a very beautiful country, and I call Myanmar as the Garden of the East. It is a Garden of the East, and Myanmar connects South Asia and Southeast Asia. It is very strategically important to India because Myanmar connects South Asia and Southeast Asia, which is very, very important to India. So welcome to Myanmar. It's a very beautiful country. The flights are available now. So I would request the principal, the heads, that they are planning to visit many countries in Southeast Asia. I request the principal to visit Myanmar, and we will give all support, and very importantly, we have a university called Yangon University, which is a very prestigious university, where recently we celebrated 100 years of Yangon University. The Yangon University is a flagship university of Myanmar, which was affiliated to University of Kolkata those days. And now it is independent, the most prestigious and flagship university of Myanmar. And I request the principal of this institution and other deans can collaborate with Yangon University. Myanmar is open, and our universities are very much keen to cooperate with the universities in India. And as a consul of Myanmar in Chennai, I request the principal of the college to take broad initiatives to collaborate with universities in Myanmar, where I give all support to bring this into a reality. Education is a weapon. Education is a magic. Education transforms life in no time, and education is a passport to development. And education is all about. Education is the only vaccine of violence. Education alone can't do that. So I would request, that the management to take this very, seriously. And I'm very happy about this International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research, Innovation in Academia and Industry, which is a very timely, conference. I congratulate the principal, the vice principal, and others for taking such a great initiative to conduct this multidisciplinary research and innovation in Etherage College. To go further, the knowledge of several disciplines is used for a given problem. Why multidisciplinary? The definition goes like this. The knowledge of several disciplines is used for a given problem and it complements each other in such a way that it is possible to draw clear conclusions without being characterized as isolated or partial, varied perspectives and different subjects. When you go for an interdisciplinary research and innovation, it gives you a new knowledge. Knowledge is very important. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side. Ideas need no weapons. Idea is an idea. The world needs more ideas from young people, and therefore knowledge is very, very important. And therefore, when I say knowledge, we acquire new knowledge only when you go for a interdisciplinary research. And humanities have a big role to play, in fact. And thereby, knowledge is very important. And thereby, it not only gives knowledge, it in fact motivates young students to pursue new knowledge right, in different subject areas in different countries. The history HOD was telling me that these days students want to go abroad and pursue their higher studies. That is a wonderful approach. And thereby all this happens only when that we have an interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary research in such institutions. And I would say that it is an investigation or inquiry to a problem for ascertaining the hypothesis combining most academic approaches. When I say interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, it talks about logical, analytical, cyclical, critical, replicable, empirical, methodical, and controlled. These are the ways in which the research is defined and redefined in today's perspective. And thereby, this gives you any complex challenges in the present world. Today, we have a world where we have complex challenges, and the complex challenges from multiple angles. These challenges and multiple, that angles will be, taken a solution only by fostering innovation and creative solutions. I always believe youth are not useless, but they are useless. Youth are not useless, but they are useless in every part of the world. And therefore, we have to foster the innovation and creative solutions, and thereby which will bring So by go further, it talks about the outcomes for people and the communities, and later on by research, that you see the disability, and above all, it gives you why multidisciplinary research. Maybe in 2-3 minutes, let me conclude. It gives you an idea to strengthen position in arts and science. Not only that, it strengthens industrial innovation, investment in key technologies, access to capital, and support for small businesses. It addresses major social concerns such as climate change, sustainable transport, and renewable energy. It not only that, it ensures technological breakthrough by building partnership with industry and government, which is very, very important. We have to build, that a partnership with industry and government. I believe Etraj College is known for that, and your chairman, that Mr. Murli is known for, giving, taking this institution to the greater level. So probably we have to go for more partnership with industry and the governments, so that you can step up for an international cooperation and collaboration, which is very important. Right? I always believe we live in an interdependent world, not an independent world. When I say we live in an interdependent world, we have to go for international cooperation in multidisciplinary research. And thereby, we have to go for international cooperation on research and on the innovation. And in these few words, I request the principal to take immense, that initiatives to collaborate with the universities in Myanmar, and also in the field of research, so that we can bring that more knowledge and more action right into this world. Action is the fundamental key to success. Whatever we do, that in academics, end of the day, right, we have to, action is very, very fundamental key to success. And that make yourself proud to be in this prestigious institution. Make yourself proud to be in this prestigious institution of Giraj. So I wish you a happy and a wonderful evening. Happy Pongal to you all, and be the best, take the best, all the best. Thank you and thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your informative session on India-Myanmar ties, and also for generously welcoming us to the beautiful country of Myanmar, and also emphasizing upon the need for creative solutions through innovation, and reiterating the fact that action is the key to success. Thank you so much, sir, for emphasizing upon that upon our audience. Thank you. May I now request Dr. T.B. Usharani, former principal in charge and head Department of Economics, to honor the guests with a memento. Thank you, ma'am. These 2 days of conference would not have been possible without the efforts of one-minded people who have spent sleepless nights planning and executing it with perfection and to make it a tremendous success. It is now time to thank each and every one of them. Gratitude is a memory stored in the heart, and a thankful heart opens our eyes to a multitude of blessings. I now invite Dr. T. Kausalya Kumari, Head, Department of History, Tourism and Travel Management, to propose the oath of thanks.
Good evening, all. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others, says Cicero. I deem it a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks on this special occasion. This day will be remembered as a milestone in the history of Ethiraj College for Women, Chennai, for organizing International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research and Innovation in Academia and Industry. I take this opportunity to thank our esteemed chief guest of the valedictory function, Dr. S.R. Ramanan, Director of Cyclone Warning Center, retired, Indian Meteorological Division, Chennai, for his precious presence in his busy schedule. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank our keynote speaker, Ms. Mami Teroka, researcher, advisor, Culture and Information Section, Consulate General of Japan, for delivering keynote address on this special occasion. Thank you, ma'am. I express my deep sense of gratitude to Honorable Professor J. Ranganathan, Honorary Consulate of Myanmar, Chennai, for his wonderful speech in the valedictory function. Thank you, sir. I express my sincere thanks to Thiru V. M. Muralidharan, who gave us an opportunity to organize the conference. I would also thank our principal, Dr. S. Uma Gauri, for her support in organizing the conference. I am extremely thankful to Dr. E.V. Usharani, former principal in charge, associate professor and head of the Department of Economics, Ethiraj College for Women, Chennai, for her valuable guidance and timely advice to organize the conference successfully. I also extend my special thanks to Dr. T. Usha Priya, former vice principal, self-supporting, associate professor, Department of Bank Management, self-supporting, Ethiraj College for Women, Chennai, for providing encouragement and support at every point of time. I express my deep sense of gratitude to my co-conveners, Dr. J. Mangayakarasi, Associate Professor and Head, Department of English, and Dr. Hema Bindu, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Business Economics. I must mention my deep sense of appreciation to all coordinators and members of the organizing committee of the conference. I would like to mention their coordinators' names here. Dr. Malini S., Associate Professor, Department of Economics. Dr. G. Neelavati, Associate Professor, Department of Economics. Dr. G. Radhika, Associate Professor, Department of Economics. Mrs. Jayashree, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics. Dr. A. Sharada, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics. Dr. Sunita C., Assistant Professor, Department of Economics. Dr. Hema Malini, Assistant Professor, Department of Economics. Dr. Archana Soman, Assistant Professor, Department of History and Tourism and Travel Management. Dr. K. Menaka, Assistant Professor, Department of History, Tourism and Travel Management. Dr. P. Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of History and Tourism and Travel Management. Dr. A. Vasanthi, Assistant Professor, Department of History and Tourism and Travel Management. Dr. Sophia Aswat, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Dr. J. Saranya, Assistant Professor, Department of English. Tirumali Deepika R., Assistant Professor, Department of Business Economics. Dr. S. Sudha, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Economics. Dr. Renuka Devi, Associate Professor, Department of BCom Bank Management. Ms. Rajalakshmi, Assistant Professor, Department of BCom Bank Management. Ms. Siva Shankari, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Geography. I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to all faculty members of the departments of Economics, English, History, Tourism and Travel Management, Geography, BCom, Bank Management, and Business Economics. I would like to express my gratitude to all HODs and faculty members of the college for their presence in the conference. I wish to extend our sincere thanks to all guest invitees from different destinations to grace the occasion. My special thanks to all online and offline speakers of the conference. I also wish to express my gratitude to the Audacious Dream Foundation and also like to thank Mr. Amudan for the wonderful stage decoration and also thank our college photographer, Ms. Radhika, to capture the momentous moments of the conference. I really thank our beloved students for their support and cooperation in organizing the conference and for bringing a wonderful audience. This conference is meant to disseminate the knowledge in the area of research and also kindle the young minds to do the innovative research in their disciplines. I can assure that it definitely serves the purpose of the conference. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm words filled with thankfulness. May I request everyone to stand for national anthem?
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल नायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे